Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day 26 of our How to Read Quran series, a program on the Quranology Institute's YouTube channel. Today I will be speaking about the chapter twins in Quran. Now this was an idea which was quite foreign to me in the beginning. Obviously as a traditionalist I never knew about it, but later on, when I first read that book, which I mentioned to you before, Coherence in the Quran, I was introduced to the idea of chapter twins, and it was an aha moment for me. I didn't realize, oh my God, there are chapter twins. And these chapter twins, they can range from very fraternal twins, i.e. they really don't look alike, except they share thematic similarities, or they really do look like identical twins except for a few different features which they obviously have. They cannot be 100% alike, can they? So there are a few types of twins, but for the purposes of today's discussion I will be discussing twins which are very similar to one another. Namely chapter 65 and 66, At-Talaq and At-Tahrim, 75 and 76, which are Al-Qiyamah and Al-Insan, 81 and 82, Takwir and Infitar, obviously Al-Falaq and An-Nas, the last two chapters in Quran. So here is the question: why have chapter twins? Why not put all the instructions in one single chapter and the reader can just digest it? Well, the answer is simple. Quran is not a straightforward book. It's not like a book of law, say provision 1, blah 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 blah, provision 2, blah 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 blah, and this is under the law, family law, etc., etc. Thick tomes of books with laws. This is not what Quran is about. Quran is more like a book of Zen koans, where you read certain few verses of poetic-like statements and you achieve a certain realization. And that is also why you have chapter twins. Now let's take At-Talaq and At-Tahrim, for example, chapter 65 and 66. They both begin with an address to the Prophet, Ya Ayyuhan Nabi. This already begins their similarity, so it shows you that the tone is addressed to a certain person, and that certain person has a role within the community. Now, how I read it, and obviously I can't get into specifics in this video, how I read it is the Prophet's management of the community, how he places people in certain positions, how he disperses people, how he allows for people to make mistakes and to return to the right path, and how believers respond to these particular situations. And that is essentially how it works. But why have Talaq and Tahrim? Well, I think, as far as I can see, Tahrim has 3 mathal or allegories about people who are in relation with their administrators. For example, Imratul Lut and Nuh, the so-called wives. I don't believe it's wives, but Imratul Lut and Nuh, the wives of Lut and Nuh, traditionally speaking. And the parable of the wife of Fir'aun, Imratul Fir'aun. Suddenly all the Imrats are appearing there. Why? And finally, the final metaphor in Tahrim is of Maryam. Maryam, who has not appeared for 40 odd chapters, suddenly appears here. Why? Because the program of Maryam represents the program of the Nabi in At-Tahrim, whereas it's not available in At-Talaq, the previous chapter. So you see, there is a purpose for something to appear in one twin but not the other. And what is that purpose? I think At-Tahrim gives you the ideal state, whereas At-Talaq does not. At-Talaq gives you the more practical state. That's just my opinion, which I have not really researched in terms of words used there. This is just an off-the-cuff opinion, but you can have a look for yourself. So now you should look at Al-Falaq and An-Nas, what is called the Mawidatayn, the two Ta'wuth chapters. Ta'wuth is to seek refuge, because both chapters starts with A'udhu bi Rabbi. One is Al-Falaq and the other one is An-Nas. I seek protection with the Lord of the dawn, and I seek protection with the Lord of mankind. So here, these two chapters are very reminder-like chapters. Yeah? You can carry them with you as you travel. But one of them is focused on the bad things humans do. Jealousy, for example. Blowing on knots, which is a metaphor for disrupting relations. And one is focused on the source of that evil. That source is the waswasa, or the whispers which come to you. So you see, these two, while they are basically talking about the same thing, i.e. things you seek protection from, one approaches it from one angle and the other from another angle. And in doing so, it gives you a fuller picture of what we need to be careful of. And that is how you read the chapter twins. I would advise you to look at the twins I mentioned, and inshallah you will see how one twin lacks something and the other makes up for it, and vice versa. And in doing so, more layers of Quranic wisdom will come out. That's all I have for today. You forgive my voice and the brevity of my videos. I am rather exhausted, if I may say so. I will be returning for another 4 videos for the remainder of this Ramadan. Many thanks for viewing. Bye.